For WLCSports.com, I'm Matt Friedman. This is our 2014 cross-country season preview. I'm joined by Steve Travis, 22nd year head coach of the cross-country teams at WLC, and we'll talk a little bit about both the men's and women's teams today. But first of all, Coach, now you're a couple weeks into preseason training. What's the daily routine like for your runners?
Sure. The early move-in week is always a fun opportunity for the team to have that bonding, but also run them, see what they've done with their summer training. The long run early last week, and then we did a hill workout on Tuesday. A couple of days of just general running, conditioning, introduced them to the Wisconsin Athletic Club for a little bit of cross training, and then ran another hill workout down at the lakefront this past Friday, which was tons of fun just to have a little bit different scenery, as well as obviously looking to run them quite hard on that workout. But it was great. Good first week.
Let's preview the teams a little bit, starting with the men's team. They finished third in the NAC last year. Your top returning runners are Chase Robles and Jacob Jodat. What can you tell us about what you've seen from them and some of your other returning runners this year?
Sure. Both Jacob and Chase have had solid summer of training, as well as prior to the summer, their track and field seasons went quite well. Also, Danny Hoffenstein and Sam Wallace had very successful the track and field season, some solid base work over the summer, and really looking forward to the four of them really helping to continue to propel the program forward. Pretty excited.
And on the women's side, this team is led by Julie Favorite. Last year had an incredible year, finished runner-up at the NAC Championships, also had top five finishes throughout the season, so she'll come back as your top returner. What can you tell us about Julie and your top returners?
Again, Julie had a solid summer of training. Her base work, it's really showing itself in this first week of training that she's stepped things up a notch here, and we're excited for what the season has in store for her. Amberly Wieglin is a senior for us this year, also more of a track-minded individual, but this will be her fourth year of cross-country also. So fun to have the two of them leading the team and nurturing the newcomers and the younger runners along.
Let's talk a little bit about those newcomers. What have you seen on both the men's and women's side so far from your freshmen?
Sure. The freshmen are coming in with adjustments, a little bit maybe timid of sorts with regard to moving to that 8K distance for the men, the 6K distance for the women, but great enthusiasm and fun to see those friendships already bonding in that first week. It's very exciting, and looking forward to the season ahead with them as well.
Coach, as you know, it goes very quickly. You start into training, and now your first event is coming up Saturday. You're at the Berry Invitational. What can you tell us about that event and your expectations from your teams?
Sure. The Berry, we've started traditionally at that meet, I think, for the past 22 years. The men run a 4-mile race, the women a 5K, so a little shorter race distance and in comparison to the championship distance. So a nice way to get into the racing mode. I really look at it as a really quality workout to try to help with the nerves and such of getting that first race under the belt. And weather is always a factor, especially early season. How hot or humid is it going to be? That'll play a big factor with regard to how well we're going to be able to run against the clock, so to speak. But looking forward to it. It's always fun to get things started, and especially up there at the Berry.
Once again, that's Steve Travis, head coach of the men's and women's cross-country teams at WLC. You can follow them this weekend and throughout the season on WLCSports.com.